G'day, I'm Drew, and this is Michaela, and this is our 1987 Toyota Hilux. She might be a bit of an old girl, but after a 5-year build, she's almost ready to take us on the ultimate trip around Australia. So subscribe and join us as we attempt to live the dream. Alright, so I thought I'd give you guys a rundown on this Canopy build that we're just starting now. So it's made out of composite paneling, so it's pretty much fiberglass sheeting with a foam core that's got resin pulled through it, and then just fiberglass sheeting on the bottom again. So this one's out of a slightly different material than the walls and roof will be. It's a bit stronger, but it's all the same shit that it's just in all your new caravans and stuff. So they're obviously our front and rear walls. Just got to cut these notches out, and then the whole thing just glues together and the roof just notches into it. Just knocked up a couple of these pretty much just big squares that I can just clamp it to the floor and then put the wall on and clamp it down as well, and then just glue in the corners. So probably only do the floor and the wall and then wait for all that to set and go off, and then because we only made 2 squares, and then do the roof and the other wall and then join them all together. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll put a canopy together for the Hilux. It's like the definition of fucking satisfaction. Pretty much, that's how it's gonna go. Do that on both ends and the top, and then the roof just sits in there. And we just glue it together. Flat pack. I'm not very good on the old glue stick, eh? A bit better on the MIG. So that's the first wall on. Just ran a bead down there just to tidy it up on the inside. I'll obviously do that as well once we get rid of these big, what do you call them? Clamps? Squares. It's a square. And then we can do the other wall. Smoker. We do it a little bit different though. This one works for me. there we go. Kayla and I did a few hours on it on the weekend, and we have 4 walls together. I'm about to just rip the clamps off now, and yeah, see how it all stands on its own. Just pulled everything out of it. That's the space you have to work with. The overall length of this outside is 2100, so quite a bit of room, but this is full time living out of it, so we need all the space. But here's one of the big reasons why we decided to make it out of this. And I know it's not finished at all, but it's so light. It's ridiculously light. Obviously the aluminium doors are going to add a bit, and obviously fitting it out, but our sort of plan was it would be, because we built a steel, a fully steel tray, full steel tray. If we had went an aluminium canopy, it would have been overall really heavy. But if we had done an alley tray and alley canopy, it wouldn't have been too bad. But we're hoping to break about sort of even if we go the steel tray and the composite paneling canopy. That's the theory. Yeah, it's definitely going to keep it lighter, that's for sure. And being our setup with the tube work on the tray, there'll be no weight on the top of it, like our rooftop or anything, or our spares on the back. There's no weight coming off the canopy. So I don't see there ever really being an issue with it. And the other really cool thing about it, excellent insulation. There's going to be no need at all to do any insulation through this canopy. It's going to be super cool, which obviously, as we all know, helps the fridges run really nice. Yeah, I'm so not ready. Morning. So it's a week, I think today we started the canopy. And actually no, tomorrow will be Saturday. But anyway, I've made a huge fuck up. So obviously the car isn't here, neither is the tray. And I don't usually, I f shit up all the time, but I don't often put it in, like show people, but thought why not? We all make mistakes. But essentially, the canopy will not fit in the tray. I've just gone and measured it, and I didn't take into account for the extra 3mm at either end for the bloody door jamb. So it's fine height-wise, but as soon as you do that at either end, overall we end up being 6mm longer. And I never really planned to do it out of 3mm, but yeah, anyway. So, the canopy's too long, I need to shorten it, so I have to cut this rear wall off, cut the floor down, cut the roof down, and then glue it all back on. I feel like such an idiot having to do this. Man. That's why I say check your measurements. Good thing I checked them today, before the canopy was fucking fully glued out and all welded and shit. So we get the car back and I put it on, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit, would it? Then I'd feel like a real big head. At least I found out today, I suppose.
shit twice.
So just cut it off. Didn't actually take long at all. But only these sort of, the floor and the roof are a little bit damaged from cutting it, but that's obviously the pieces we're going to cut back. And the wall piece is fine, just got to clean the glue up and that'll be sweet. Happy days. Woo! Just cut the new canopy up. Fucking great. Righto. So yesterday I ran out of bloody battery on the GoPro and I didn't have a charging cord for it. But I put rear wall obviously back on. The whole canopy is overall 15mm shorter, just to give us plenty of room on either end. Yeah, obviously a stupid thing I overlooked, but we all make mistakes. I guess the best thing about it is I'm building this so I can fix it. Not at a shop, or rather make ups myself than pay someone else to have ups. But anyway, learn. Anyway, we're gonna pull it apart now, and I'm gonna start doing the door jambs because I started on it, but it's just tacked in, so I'll have to shorten the one that I've done already, and yeah, get going a lot further than that hopefully. That's the door jamb all tacked up, so it's just going to be fully welded out now. Pretty happy with how it's turning out so far. Obviously some of it's a little bit out of square because I don't have a jig to hold it in, and every time you weld something it pulls it a little bit. But when I get the doors made, I'm going to take to a fabrication shop and get them to fold the doors, so if it's a little bit out they can pretty much make the door fit the hole essentially. Yeah, if you're enjoying the build so far, give us a like and subscribe, all that sort of shit. Yeah, stay tuned guys, heaps more to come. Still gotta finish welding it, paint it, and that'll probably be one episode, and then probably the second episode will be fitting it out, like setting up the fridges, drawers, making all the drawers, all that sort of shit, and lastly wiring and battery system. Got some really cool stuff happening with the dual battery system. So stay tuned for that guys. Cheers.